Investors are jubilant as the White House appears on track to follow one major trade deal up with another. The US and the European Union are so set to closing an agreement only a day after President Trump announced a deal with Japan. So Wall Street, you can see how it all rose. It was strong. It was gains across the board, with the Dow doing the best, actually. The S&P rose more than 0.5%, and it's a fresh record close. The Dow and the Nasdaq not at all-time highs, but very close there too. And so now we come to talk about what's actually, let me just do this very quickly, and I'll be able to do that. Now we come to talk about what it all means. As August the 1st grows near, so the list of trade deals grows ever longer. President Trump has announced deals with 2 more countries in the last day or so, and the list includes Japan, the UK, the Philippines, Indonesia, and Vietnam. So the main question is, if the trade deal, think of it as a pie. Well, when you cut into a pie, what actually is it? Is it a case of, it's one thing to say you've reached a deal, but it's what's beneath the crust that really counts. Is it a case of a pie crust promise? You know, the sort of thing, you pick it up and it falls apart. Or in this particular case, if we open it up and we actually look at these deals, are they actually full, as this thing really is? My goodness, look at this, full of wonderful things, sweet, good things for all countries. Well, no one really knows until you actually do break into the pie and work out what is underneath it all and whether there is any substance. Jeff Schott is a senior fellow at the Peterson Institute. He joins me now from Florida, and I'm so sorry, sir, that you don't have a gorgeous piece of this pie in front of you, which is tantalizing me as I chuck deep into this apple pie. But you know what I mean here. It's all about what's inside the filling. At the moment, with the British deal, with the China deal, it was all pie crust promise. Pick it up and you weren't sure it wasn't going to fall apart. What do you make of the rest of these deals?
Well, I think your point is very well taken. The pie is on the shelf in the shop. It's not at the dinner table. And we won't know really what is in it until all of the details are worked out. And I'm pretty sure the details haven't been worked out yet, just the overriding, main issues. And that's significant. That's to be sure, particularly with Japan, because it's such a large market, given its size and the investment involved in the potential deal. But it's also significant because the deal is likely to be a template for other deals with major U.S. partners like the European Union and South Korea. And so it could spur a lot of activity in the last days of July that could lead to big trade concessions for the United States.
Now, the issue really is with these concessions and with these deals, let's take, for example, the 500 billion or trillion or whatever it is that supposedly is going to be invested of FDI from Japan. I mean, how can the Japanese government, unless it's going to put the money in itself, it's got to be private industry. Now, I agree that the Japanese government can sweeten it to make it tax advantageous for people to, but is it government saying that people are going to invest in your country is not a policy that really holds water?
Well, there are a number of deals that have been worked on for some time. And so the Nippon Steel investment to purchase U.S. steel, this is likely to be part of that arrangement and blessed. Investment in the Alaska LNG pipeline project, that's likely to move forward with both government and private funding from Japan. But that's, even together, that's about 1/10 of what was talked about. And so there's more details to be worked out, to be sure.
You have done trade. You know better than anybody the pain of birth of a trade deal that takes years. When you see these things cobbled together, does the smell test tell you that they're real deals, or are they smoke and mirrors?
Well, this seems like a real deal to the extent that Japan is seeking a less bad trade arrangement than many other countries. And that's the 15% tariff. as opposed to higher tariffs that are being threatened or imposed on other countries. And that provides some opportunity to buy time for more Japanese investments in the United States, where Japanese investment is already strong in the auto sector.
Right.
And in return, Japan is promising to buy a relatively small amount of U.S. goods, basically some Boeing aircraft,
All right.
some rice, and other agricultural products.
We will watch, we will see, and as the pie comes to fruition and out of the oven, we'll see if it actually has got anything inside. Thank you, sir. I'm grateful.